All right, we're live. What's going on? It's Tools and Tactics. I got a bunch of options for you guys here for tool pouches. This is a Toughbuilt, and I use this one for running pipe. So you're going to see you always got to have your clines on you. Got two pairs of channel locks, the level, conduit reamer / bead screwdriver. It's really hard to break these. You got a spot for your knife, tape measure, of course, and then 7/16 nut driver. This can be swapped out for that multi-nut driver, but it does get pretty heavy. So that's going to be one Toughbuilt setup. If you buy the other Toughbuilt, which is here, and you buy the belt, this is the one that comes with the belt system. It's a little bit more expensive, and you wind up with an extra pouch in the front. So I use that for terminating, but recently I stumbled upon something called ProLock, Prolock, and this is actually nicer than the Toughbuilt. It's got 3 pockets, just like this one does. It actually has a spot for a tape measure, a real one. They use the Toughbuilt clip system, very similar. The huge benefit with this is that these don't fall through, so you can store things like this in the front. You got 2 extra pockets here that hold things, so it's not as screwdriver friendly, but you could always blow that pouch out if that's a big deal for you, and then stitch it up or whatever you got to do. If you want screwdrivers, it's not a big deal for me because this is what I'm using for my terminations. So we got our Volt Claw here. I threw some needle nose in here. There's plenty of room to fit all the stuff in here. What's up, Jamie? We got Texas Southpaw, Kansas Handy. Rocking the whole Toughbuilt tool right now, 20 minutes from done. Yeah, nice, man. We're just we're doing a test with the audio. Can I stand up? How's the audio, the microphone? We got a TV now. We just did a short on this. This is a magnetic face for this shelf, and you can put different things like this. Sometimes I lose this, so I like to keep it handy. We got things for making holes. We got all kinds of stuff. So this is more of a test than it is an actual video. But I'm trying to move around different spots where the microphone is. I'm going to watch back later for myself to see where I need to be. Do I need to turn this up more? Do I have to speak directly into the microphone? Like, what's going on? This is actually what they call for electricians, and I didn't like it at all. I just didn't. The thing about these tool pouches is that they're fairly bulky. This one actually does kind of fold nicely, flatter. But when you're doing construction, it's really hard not to beat something like this. I mean, you can see how much that folds. The gang box is what everybody shares. So all your tools go into that large lockup box at the end of the day. And you're going to want something that's going to kind of conform. If you got a bulky bag like this, it's not going to conform. The pockets aren't going to automatically close up. And you're either going to wind up with a lot of stuff in your bag, or it's going to take up too much space. Also, moving around people's houses, you want something that sits closer to your body than something that just sticks out really bulky. This thing fits everything that I want, and a really good option for technicians. The other quick tip that I'm going to show you guys, this is your roto split here and your hammer holsters, because let's be honest, we're not really using a hammer. Sounds great too. Awesome, man. Thank you. We're not going to be really using a hammer. These roto splits for MC cable, the way you use it is if we had some MC cable here. This is a pretty neat little pouch setup, really cheap. I think it's less than 20 bucks, and it fits everything that you could want for a quick go. Hard to beat that for the price. But if you were to try to strip some MC here, you would have to have a roto split per the job sites. That goes in there like that. Wind that around a couple of times. and then you just kind of break it right there, twist it off, and you got your wire exposed right there. And sometimes it can be hard to figure out where you're going to put these roto splits. And what I've found throughout the years is that a hammer holster works really well, like stupid well. So if you don't have a tool bag with the hammer holster on it, just buy the single one that goes on your tool belt and just snap that sucker right there. And then you've always got it, because the alternative for this, usually I'll see it here in someone's tool bag, and this will be hanging out here. That's fine, but it takes up extra space that you could be using. And if you're running MC, man, it's really nice just to be able to grab that. So let me know what you guys think about that tip, because that's something that I kind of came up with 10 years ago. Yeah, we talked about this one. Now, what kind of started this was we did the kind of remodel here and moved everything around. But I noticed this Pro Lock, man, it's so good, because watch this. This is the Toughbuilt. When you got tools that are up against your body like this and everything's just kind of sitting out, it starts to push up against you in certain ways, and that's no good. This Pro Lock, standard size level, fits right underneath there. And that's pretty rare. Typically your level is almost always pushing up against you. And the second that I noticed that this actually sits underneath there, that's another really good reason to buy this, because this is a standard measurement that they make almost all the levels in. This one's lighted, by the way. It's pretty cool. Good for blind people like me. But yeah, the fact that it does that and it's not trying to sit forward, which means that I can actually get another tool in there right in front of it. And maybe even another one if you really wanted to pack this sucker in there. Yeah, 3 there. There's no way you're going to do that with these. This is going to be your level. And that's it. So if you're really trying to load up, you simply can't do it. And then you're already starting to kind of infringe on this pocket here, because this is pushing here. So hands down, man, this is just the better option. It's only slightly bigger. And then, of course, the Pro Lock stuff is all metal. There's no plastic on it. Even the clips are all metal. Yeah, Joshua, I love the Pro Lock. Hey, did you get this one too? I like to put my speed square in here whenever I was building my room, man. Speed square here, and then you got like longer bits and stuff. I don't know if I have any on the table, but you can see how deep that goes down there. So your extensions and stuff, if you got like a long bit, it kind of sits in there. It doesn't go anywhere, and it's not sticking up like that would, whereas it's just naturally lower. So you got all your bits there, and then materials, whatever you got, nails, what I used it for. Speed square went there. Hammer went there. Really, really nice setup. And then, of course, it's got the quick grab and everything. That's great advice, MC cable cutter. It's not bag and pouch friendly and doesn't play well with others. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, one more thing before we get out of here. And this is actually really good advice. I was telling two more things, actually. First off, if you're an electrician, you're cutting EMT, I don't recommend you pay more than what you need for what you're going to be using, because these blades are shorter. They're cheaper. Lowe's is probably my favorite place to go. They got the DeWalt blades. Milwaukee's just starting to cost too much. And frankly, you're not getting much more for what you're paying for. It's a standard blade. There's nothing specially treated about it. They're just charging more. Lowe's has these blades for a lot cheaper. As an electrician, you're only using about that much of the blade down here. So I like to get the small ones because you save money and you're only using what you need. Less than $2, I think, a blade. All right, last thing. If you're installing into a 4-square box, doesn't matter how good this is. At the end of the day, you still need an extension, because when you're in a 4-square box, your impact and this bit gets pretty bulky in there. So what I did for my buddy whenever we were setting him up, I just took a cheap old any one of these stingers. Doesn't even have to be that great, because your 5/16 is what's magnetic. And if you're doing Tapcons, which you will be, this is perfect, because you pop that in there like this. Your drill stays out of the 4-square box, and then you got room to work. And I knew it was a good tip. I wrapped it in tape. You wrap it in tape, because that's all you're ever going to use it for. Like, that stinger is dedicated for Tapcons or 5/16 self tappers. Like, it's done. That's a done deal. You're never going to see somebody struggling like this. If they don't know what's up, you might. But this is the way to go. Stick that in there. Get out of your box, and just have a dedicated bit. And then you can find it that much easier, and it doesn't get lost. So he told me after, going to work a couple of days, he was like, man, the tape on the stinger was probably one of the best tips that you gave me. He was like, I had no idea how useful that was going to be. So it's always good to hear feedback like that. But in case you guys didn't know, we outfitted. Somebody reached out to me on this YouTube channel, asked if I was hiring. I said no, but I could find him a job, and we did just that. So he's still really, really enjoying it. It's been a good experience for both of us. So I like to help people out. I like to train. I think he's coming over a little bit later in the week, so we can do some EMT bending, conduit bending. So if you want me to do a live on that, let me know. If you want me to do a video, we're probably going to video it for sure. But if you want me to put it on live and see if we can get all the action down while we're doing bends and stuff and showing how to measure and all the tricks and stuff, let me know. That's about all I got. I will say, for the average technician, this bag is got to be my favorite. It zips up and it holds pretty much everything you see on the table. This bag will carry. And this is not too big. This is the MC. And every other Vito bag after this, you're getting a little bit more, but not justifying the cost. This is like perfect in every way. Everything else just gets a little bit too bulky. The backpacks are overpriced for what they are. And then this pouch is okay. This is another Toughbuilt pouch. This is the Master Series, I think. It's got the kickstand. It's good for hot work because wide. You can pop those in there. Then you got a lot of room. You can put all your electronics in there. Meter fits in there nicely. Bigger tools, I suppose. It's just too bulky. Too bulky to carry. It's way off your hip, like 1.5 miles. Even looks ridiculous. It's almost like wearing this. This is more of a material bag, but you can see this thing has a material pouch, and we're almost the same width here. So it's kind of ridiculous for what it is. I saw somebody with the Journeyman Series 1, and it has the slots going sideways. I was on a job site. It looked like it was a lot better. Let me see here. Done. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's all we got time for. Like I said, I'm going to be reviewing this and seeing where you can and can't hear me. And when I'm looking down, grabbing stuff, still talking. And this is more or less just a test. So we got another video for you guys coming out on whether or not you need plastic bushings on PVC conduit. So be looking for that. Appreciate all the support. Thanks for all my members. Thanks for all the support. And we'll see you guys later.